Alright, we're holding on, doing our best. Worthy Knight's gone. Paragon's gone. I don't want to get beat up. It all depends on what we get with this, right? But we can kind of engineer it to be what we want with the scry, as long as it's a cycle card. Perfect. So we set our stop again. We pass our turn. No attacks. End our turn. Their upkeep. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we have something very special, an original Grixis jank deck in Mythic, utilizing draw, discard, and cycling, also chip damage, which is really cool. The deck is built around Irencrag Pyromancer and Chandra's Incinerator. Obviously, the draw your second card each turn does damage to your opponent through the Pyromancer, and then the Incinerator's cost is reduced, which is really cool. There's more to that, though, in the deck. We've got a lot of supporting strategies and synergies to help us accomplish that goal. We're going to break that down in a second within the deck strategies and synergies. If you're not interested, jump right into the gameplay with the chapters feature. I understand. Do make sure to like, comment, subscribe on your way, though. Getting into the deck now. Oh. We have Grixis Incinerator starting out with 4 copies of Footfall Crater and an aura for 1 enchant land. Enchanted land has tap it to give target creature trample and haste until the end of turn. We can also cycle it for 1. So, you know, the cycle is a discard and it's a draw. So the deck focuses around discarding and drawing. So it's basically a double synergy within the Footfall Crater. Plus, we actually have big creatures that we want to give haste to. So, you know, it has a triple threat here. So it can draw, it can discard, and it can give something haste, which is really nice. So Footfall Crater is a great addition to the deck. Very cheap, very easy to get out. And, you know, the utility is quite high because it can do multiple things for you, like I said. Into our 2-drops now, we have 4 copies of our Drannith Stinger. This is a 2/2 human wizard, and whenever you cycle another card, Drannith Stinger deals 1 damage to each opponent. Chip damage is one of our supporting archetypes within the deck as well. So, you know, getting that chip damage into our opponent will reduce the cost of our Incinerator, which is really nice. And then, of course, you know, if the situation calls for it, we can just cycle it away as well. 4 copies of our Go for Blood at sorcery speed. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Much like the Footfall Crater, we are using this both as the cycling and as the sorcery speed spell because, again, the Incinerator is a 6/6. If we can, you know, remove one of our opponent's creatures, maybe something specifically with flying or a form of evasion that we can't deal with, the Go for Blood is a great removal on that. And of course, if not, we can cycle it. Finally, getting into some reasons why we want to be cycling cards. Rielle the Everwise, 3 copies. This is our first 3-drop. It's a 0/3, and it gets +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, which is quite nice, especially in a rogue/mill meta. Whenever you discard 1 or more card for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. The cycling is a discard and then a draw, which, if Rielle is in play, now turns into a discard and 2 draws, which is quite nice. So you'll be replenishing your hand with a positive rate, gaining virtual card advantage. 4 copies of the Obsessive Stitcher. Now, this is actually a sleeper within the deck. A 0/3 human wizard. You can tap it to draw a card, then discard a card. You can also pay 4 and tap it to sacrifice the Stitcher, returning target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is all right. It's not the best, but, you know, late game, it can be what makes the difference, especially if you have your Footfall Crater in play to give said creature haste. Drawing a card, discarding a card. This is amazing. You know, the draw triggers the Pyromancer, which we'll talk on in a second. The discard triggers Rielle, which we already talked about. So, you know, again, just helping us keep cycling through our deck at an expedited rate. 4 copies of our Irencrag Pyromancer, a 0/4 human wizard. And whenever you draw your second card each turn, Irencrag Pyromancer deals 3 damage to any target, whether you're removing a Rune Crab, a Soaring Thought Thief, you know, something Gruul-based as well. I don't know, maybe an Annex. Who cares at that point? Just kill the rogues, right? It's satisfying, right? So whenever you draw your second card each turn, so we draw on our upkeep, we can draw 1 other card on our turn, right? That's fine. On our opponent's turn, we want to be drawing 2 cards, right? So whether that be a tap of our Stitcher, which we can first declare as a blocker on their attackers, then tap it, draw, discard, and then cycle one other card to trigger the Pyromancer. Really cool. Or if we have 2 Stitchers, we can double tap them and the double draw triggers it, right? So, you know, on our own turn, we have our draw on the upkeep, so we only have to draw one card on our turn, and then on our opponent's turn, to get it to trigger, we do have to draw the 2 cards, which is totally possible. I just want to make sure that you're aware of that, so you can plan your mana out for not only your turn, but your opponent's turn, so you can get the most value out of the Irencrag Pyromancer. 4 copies of Memory Leak at sorcery speed. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player, you choose a non-land card from that player's graveyard or hand and exile it. So, you know, much like the Crater, this can be used for the cycling cost for 1 to trigger Rielle, to trigger the Pyromancer, which is really nice. Or if the situation doesn't call for it, we can just cast it as a sorcery. You know, deal with something from their graveyard that has escape. Kroxa is probably the most annoying thing right now. Get that out of there. Or, you know, just looking at their hand, maybe taking an Ugin, something like this, right? So good times to be had with Memory Leak. Into our big boys now. We've got 4 copies of Chandra's Incinerator. Now, this is what the deck was based around. It's a 6/6 with trample. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent this turn. Non-combat damage can be dealt with our Drannith Stinger cycle ability to trigger it. Also, our Pyromancer's ability. So, you know, very easy to reduce the cost of this by up to 4, casting it for 2, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then, better yet, whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So once you have the Incinerator in play, you're no longer targeting your opponent's creatures with Pyromancer. Now the Pyromancer just sends all of its damage to their face, and the Incinerator will mirror that damage onto their creatures or planeswalkers, which is really, really good. And then finally, Yidaro, Wandering Monster, or Godzilla Doom Inevitable. Shout out to MF Doom. Rest in peace. This is an 8/8 with trample and haste, cycling for 2, and whenever you cycle Yidaro, Wandering Monster, shuffle it into your library from your graveyard. If you cycled a card named Yidaro, Wandering Monster 4 or more times this game, put it into the battlefield from your graveyard instead. It's already got trample, it's already got haste, it doesn't need the Crater, and it is ready to hit home very, very aggressively. And, you know, an 8/8 trample haste probably doesn't need to do that much work when you've been lacing in 3/6 plus damage every turn to your opponent's face. So to bring things full circle, we do have 2 islands, 2 swamps, 5 mountains, 4 Clearwater and Murkwater pathways, 4 Riverglide and Lavaglide pathways, 4 Temple of Epiphanies, and 4 Temple of Malice. Just to smooth things over, obviously these are in tapped to scry, and the pathways, you pick which one comes in play. That's the deck list. Best of 1, no sideboard. Strategies and synergies. Opening hands, Pyromancer is the best. This is the main engine of your deck. Without the Pyromancer, things don't really connect like you want them to, right? You go from a tier 4 deck, and then when you get the Pyromancer in play, you know, maybe you're a tier 3 or tier 2 deck. Again, I'm not claiming that this is the best deck, but it is original, it works, and it is a lot of fun. And then, you know, the Stitcher's not bad in your opening hand, same as Rielle, but really just prioritize getting that Pyromancer out in play early. Then you can cycle to control the opponent's field state, get some of those creatures out of play, and then, you know, maybe you have a Chandra's Incinerator in hand, you can reduce the cost of that, get it in play, and then the whole situation really comes together full circle where, you know, you're doing the damage directly and clearing their creatures and planeswalkers, and, you know, you're not running out of draw because Rielle and, you know, the Stitcher as well. So, you know, a lot of really cool stuff within the deck. I hope you guys enjoy playing it and watching the gameplay footage here today that I have for you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to a friend, support financially if you can afford to do so, and most importantly, enjoy yourselves. We'll see you soon with our wrap-up thoughts. All right, we finally go first. Our hand is awkward, but I think we can make it work. You know, this deck is not doing our rank any favor. I think we need to find a Pyromancer first. Yeah, the Godzilla art's so sick. Ooh, mono red's not gonna be fun. It's always the aggro decks. Just let us fight control. Let us fight a control deck that takes till turn 7. Need to get my 5-card combo in play. Good stuff. Must be a hard choice on what to play next, Fervent Champion. Right? Do you play another Fervent Champion? Or do you play a land first and then a, a robber of the rich? Oh my god, it's Rakdos. Oh, but still, you know, can't stray away from the greater plan. Jeez Louise. Don't you dare hit us for 4. Good times, good times. I hate it. It's annoying. Alright, let's cycle this big fatty out of play. Stitcher comes in first. They probably have removal. The nice thing about playing with off-brand cards like the Stitcher is, you know, no one's really portraying it as a threat. So they don't remove it a lot of the times. They might, but it's like, you see them looking at it, they're like, what is this card, and why are they playing it, right? This doesn't make sense. Playline not recognized, right? So it's a little awkward for them, but, you know, that's why you just run off principles. Right? They're really thinking about it. They should definitely save their removal if they have it, but, you know, we'll let them make that decision. Mardu aggro. Okay, we're getting thrown for a whirl here as to what deck they're playing. Are they... No, there's no way they're playing 60-card Yorion Mardu pile. That would be psycho. Who does that? The Acclaimed Contender drawing a Cleave. Not good. Okay, or Stormfist Crusader. Huh. I can't say that I appreciate this. We can block 2 of the damage, though. Why don't we have more land? This still works, though. This still works. Because we have the Stitcher in play already. Bow, 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 bow. Come on, lands! I'm gonna toss an Incinerator. We're gonna kill the Contender. Still a really bad spot. If we can grab another Pyromancer, then it's looking a lot better. They could play Swamp and use Swift End by Murderous Rider on the Pyromancer too. We can pop the Pyromancer off twice next turn. Worthy Knight, and then with the Stormfist. Oh, you dog. They have Rimrock Knights. Or they're just faking us out. Either way, it's a delicious styled juke. I'm not losing the Pyromancer. That's the only thing that saves us. So they don't Rimrock, and they'll play the Crusader instead. Right? We don't want to throw the match. We're already behind. Just play your Crusader, and let me remove both it and the Worthy Knight. So the land is great. Unfortunately, it's not enough. So we're gonna... Or is it? No, because we have to cycle on our next turn once too, not just discard. Let's see what we get. Kill the Crusader. We'll put a stop up. We pass our turn to the stop. At which point, I think we just double cycle, keep defenders up. Since we have the mana, right? That way we can defend the Fervent Champions. Maybe. Ooh, another Pyromancer. Interesting. Worthy Knight gets it. These champions are still causing us harm, though, and that's sad. We can take our stop away. They only have one red source, so we're okay for my Cleave. Crusader in play. That's all right. We can block this time because they can't play Boulder Rush. I believe, anyways. We should be able to block, in my opinion. Taking 1 down to 8. No way. What would they have? Nice. It's a Black Lance Paragon. Dang it! Good one. They're so wide, too, right? Ouch. Ouch. We're just gonna get beat the old-fashioned way. This actually opens it up for us, which is nice to do a double. So we'll do the same thing. Pass our turn. Oh, no, we should have killed the Black Lance, actually. Because it's a knight, and it gets buffed by the champion, too. What was I thinking? Little mistakes. LOL. Oh, another worthy knight. Taking 5 damage still. This hurts so bad. If they have a Boulder Rush, they win, I think. Which we thought they did earlier. I can't lose the Pyromancer. We need to stack these Pyromancers if we win. I think they have lethal, though. No? Deep breaths. Alright, we're holding on, doing our best. Doing our best. Worthy Knight's gone. Paragon's gone. I kind of want to get beat up. It all depends on what we get with this, right? But we can kind of engineer it to be what we want with the Scry. As long as it's a Psycho card. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we set our stop again. We pass our turn. No attacks. End our turn. Their upkeep. Okay. Okay, we might want to wait and see if they do anything else, though, right? Yeah, we want to wait. And then we can use the Stitcher as a blocker as well. This is okay. Nice, we're down to 3 life, so it's very risky biscuits. Resolve this, 2 blockers. We'll block this, and we'll kill those 2, so it doesn't really matter. We'll go here. Do the old discard Aroni. Then we'll cycle for the second. Killing the Paragon, killing the champion. Taking a block, that's their turn. Now things start to get a little bit fun, you guys. We stabilized! We stabilized! Woo! Our opponent still goes first. What bad luck that we're having today. I just want this to work once. You know, I understand we're in Mythic and it's really probably only meant for the play queue, but... It's fun. You gotta try new things, right? You can't just play Yorion every day. Or, you know, whatever happens to be good at the time. Rogues, for example, or something, so... You know, we have a tendency to do this, right? But... I feel, personally, as a content creator, really need to be trying to expose new things and, you know, help people with that inspiration to try new stuff and, you know, not just play rune crabs every game. Whatever, right? Like, it's not even worth complaining about it this time. At this point, it's just, like, to be expected, basically. Land can go. That's our turn. As long as there's no draw engine. That can provide a bit of damage, but we can easily remove it. And they're curving out. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. We're already down to 37. We've not even started our third turn. No Thought Thief in play as well? Alright, hold up your counter magic. Oh, wow. Wow. That last card in hand's removal, we lose. We're getting hit for 7 here, down to 10, at least. And if they remove the Pyromancer, they win. Thought Thief in play. That's so disgusting. Look at that field state. And then they mill us for another 6. Having so much fun here. Oh my god. Down to 24. No blocks. Down to 7 life as well. What a joke! Second card each turn. So we need to cycle once this turn, twice on the next turn. Cycle for 1, cycle for 1. That's perfect for 2. And then we can cycle this for 1. Which is 3. Doing our double cycle here. Thought Thief dies. Well, I hope they don't top deck a Azerasan. We go down to 4. I really want to play that Incinerator, but I don't think we have a choice here. Enforcer's gone. Stitcher in play. We're down to 19 cards in our deck. A Mystical Dispute. Okay. Let's take that scry for next turn. Land can go. We need a discard or something, a draw. No attacks. Oh, man. 19 cards left. That's a counter. More land. It could be a Flash Rogue. Because it hits play. Why do we have all this land in hand? I would love anything other than 4 pathways. You know what I mean? That's a little crazy. It's all up to our next draw. It's the only thing that matters, is our next draw. They're taking a draw. Oh, man. Those 2 cycling cards off the top. That hurts my feelings so much. In the mill here. Down to 10 cards. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And we pull more land. What a life to live. Oh, and we miscycled that. We missed out on damage to them because of the ability from the Incinerator. That's just how worried I am about these creatures, right? We just missed out on that. Right. It's not like it makes a difference, but once you do have the Incinerator out, the damage needs to go to the person's chinny chin chin rather than the creatures, because the Incinerator will allow us to hit those creatures as well. They can just mill us so easily. Let's take the hit. Oh! It hurts, man. It hurts. We get beat by a land. We get beat by a Thought Thief. Good game. Brutal. Opponent goes first, keeping 7. Nice. We have a Rielle already. More aggro decks. Nice. I guess we can just cycle the Godzilla and try to get that on route. It's going to be a gross turn, though. I know this much. Nice. Alright, we're going to get hammered next turn as well. And chump block for us at a certain point. And it should at least keep them from attacking unless they have an Embercleave, which I don't doubt. Alright, that's unpleasant. And they still go all in, I bet. At least with the Venerable Knight. Yeah, all in. Tough. Tough, man. A lot of damage. No attacks. We're dead this turn. Sploosh. The deck is not looking good here. It's a lot of fun in the play queue, but I guess things are a little different in Mythic, right? Especially against all these friggin' aggro decks. Sploosh. Alright, our opponent goes first, which we don't care for. 2 land. Isn't great either, but we can cycle for the 3rd, so let's not get worked up about it. Mono white life gain, you know, totally fair and playable. Just let us play our jank decks! Trying to make sure we can keep with the land drops here. Probably get Rielle out first. Unless we can find our way to a Pyromancer, though. This is going to be a really ugly match. Like, we almost need to top deck a Pyromancer. They could have Exile, which sucks. They could have Mauled Skyclaves, which sucks. And we really need a Pyro off the top. Alright, we have to kill this Lurrus. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of mono white out there right now in best of one. They kill the Savior and then replay it with Lurrus, right? Pretty cool trick. They like that. Just doesn't look good. Right? It's like we're already dead without a Pyro. It's a too aggro, you see? And we have to do it now, right? Oh no, one or more for the first time. We could have done it on both turns if we left the Stitcher, but let's just take it now. Oh! I don't know if we'll survive long enough, but we do get the answer that we need. We actually need multiples, to be honest, but... Alright, this is not good. No blocks. Alright, we have one turn to have fun. What are we gonna do with it? Run away? Pyro in play. Land is a go. I mean, you know, we're not really doing anything here. I mean, we're just dead, right? Let's try to just still do what we were doing. It's not good enough. Not good enough. Showcasing our deck to them at least, though, right? Oh, they're like, oh, well, maybe we should do something. Maybe we should act proactively here. I wish we could redo that on the stack. Right, multiple times. That'd be cool. Good game. We just get hit in the air. Right. It's fun, though! Alright, what do you guys think? You know, maybe not the most competitive deck, especially in such an aggro-oriented meta, but it's cool, it's original, and, you know, there's also another variant of this where we're using, I think it's the Mad Ratter. So whenever you draw your second card, you can create 2 1/1 rats, and then we can use something like Village Rites to sack those rats for even more draw, right? To trigger Pyromancer again. So you kind of get like a self-perpetuating loop there, possibly. We're going to look at that in the future. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends. Let me know what you thought of everything in the comments below. Don't miss out on our 500,000 gem giveaway. We also have 100 prizes of a 30-minute one-on-one with yours truly, coming with $20 in gems, so you can do some stuff there, hopefully. And, you know, that happens every 10,000 subs. So we also have free cash prize tournaments every month, Artisan and Brawl. There's so much going on within our Discord. Don't miss out on it. Again, thank you all for your time and attention, whether you've been here from the start or you're just tuning in for your first video. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go have yourselves an amazing day, and we'll